Welcome back to Tyranny. We are on this spire, which is not the final spire. It's just one of the spires that we are on. I can't remember what we were doing as usual. Standing tall, enemy forces are marching on the Citadel and Vendron as well. Return to your spire to assess the situation. Right, that's what we need to do. We finished pretty much everything, and now the Scarlet Chorus is attacking us, so we're gonna go and murder them. Right, there's a thing. Infirmary upgrade. All right. Yeah, you have constructed an infirmary in one of your spires. This will bring you most learned alchemists and healers of your spire. With enough alchemy supplies, you'll be able to construct powerful potions for you to use in combat, which is a feature of this game that we have never used and will never use because, or maybe like in the end, in like the final battle or something, I'll just use a bunch of potions because why not? But probably not. Thanatos, Master of Brazing. All right, so let's just go. I think we did everything else before. And now it's Mountain Spire. Boom! Let's do it. Let's see what's up. Let's see what goes on. Let's see. We didn't click the middle thing as well. We didn't click this to see what happens now that we have all the spires. Because we have 5 of the spires, but there's like 5 more things here. So we'll see what that's about. Greetings, Fatebinder. The Iron Guard salutes you with a clattering salute. Yeah, salutes you with a clatter. Yeah, what? Our Earthbound scouts alerted us to a course assault in your spire, and Lord Ash insisted we send aid at once. I've assembled the massive sculpture rumbles, shaking the masonry of the spire and sending her off balance. What? Ooh, rotational. Whoa, it's a portal to another universe. Or something. The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unseen force, where the structure... God damn it, sorry. Where the structure once exuded warmth, now it gives off a ferocious heat that singes. I was gonna say singes, which is not a word. Singes your face the longer you stare into it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, and it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. You probably know more about what's going on than I do, but she plugs her ears to block the discordant music from the spire. I hate this. Isn't there anything you could do to stop it? She pauses and cocks her head. The spire, it's stuffing you with power, really force-feeding it in. Don't you feel that? The spire is now fully awake. Its long dormant currents of energy dance to your presence. Crouching to the ground to steady herself, Ariana stays low to the ground until the trembling subsides. Feels like something is shaking the spire. The Chorus can't pull off that sort of magic. What in Kairos' name is going on? The spire almost has a mind of its own. I should see what's going on. The spire often communicates in visions. Perhaps this is the way it's saying it has something to discuss. As a rule of the spire, I have a mystic link to this place. Give me a moment and I'll get to the bottom of this. They're all basically the same. I don't suppose this magical spire of yours has some warding magic or something of that ilk. She points down towards the Chorus troops amassing below. Unshakable courage and superior training will only take us so far against that large a force. When I broke the Edict of Fire, I was flooded by the intuition of how it all works. I could try proclaiming it without Kairos' words. The spire resonates my voice. I'll shout to the valley that I have an edict from Kairos that should get them running. Just let me think. I'll handle this. Let's go with an exasperated shrunk, Aranus drops her gaze to her feet. Whatever you're pondering, it better work. Standing tall. Quest updated. Return to the Vengeance roll. Use the resonator. Okay. Click the button. Click the button. And verse goes in. The mystic hum of the spire pulses to the cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. There's still so much that doesn't make sense. Touch the resonant and concentrate. Prepare yourselves. I have an edict to proclaim. What could possibly go wrong? So suddenly I'm proclaiming an edict? There's still so much that don't make sense. Perhaps your allegiances to Graven Ash is shaping you in some fashion. You have established some sort of mystic link with the spire. Now, I'm no expert on magic, but I can't help but liken it to General's mystic link to me and the rest of the warriors. The air ripples with the heat of the spire's hum. A low chanting of your name echoes through your head. I'm not sure who's actually in control. Is the spire enhancing my powers, or am I fueling the power of the spire? My link to the spire is confounding. Why me? Touch the resonant concert. What could possibly go wrong? The spire and the tears are linked. Just how far does this connection go? As soon as your mind finishes the intent of your question, you lose sense of your feet and your vision expands to the spires of the horizon. Meditate and silence your thoughts. Reach out as far as you can. Lore, obviously. You gain 6 lore. Yay! As you would command your arms to extend, you think outward, your mind feeling cognizant of the verticality of the spire. You follow the sensation down to the soil, and your sensation stretches underground, radiating through the Vendrianswell Valley and branching out to the old walls that ring the mountains, and from there out to the surrounding old walls and spire of the Tears. You issue a soft hum to the resonator and then fall silent, stretching your senses across the tiers to hear how far your voice can be felt. The power of the edict swells inside you, yet your voice is but a whimper everywhere Kyrus' edict still holds sway. But where Kyrus' edicts no longer churn, your voice echoes with power. Should you will it, the spire will resonate your voice across the lands, enacting a new edict of your own making. Judging from the distant look on your face, I'd say the spire sent you a vision. What do you make of it? From the spire, it could reach anywhere in the tiers where Kyrus has an edict. There is mystic interference. The spire can't seem to reach where Kyrus' edicts still churn, which is nowhere because we killed all of them. But otherwise, I think the spire can reach out anywhere in the tiers. The spire is showing me the breadth and width of my power. Touch resonant, enough nasal gaping. Focus on the spire. There's something else I'm curious about. Let's find out more stuff. Clearing your head, your focus return for a moment. The air ripples with heat and the spire's hum, a low chanting of your name, echoes through your head. My length of spire is confounding. Why me? I'm not sure who's fueling who. Your mind drifts to bygone days and past events, along with a rush of memories. As your own comes a surge of images, voices, and pangs of joy and sadness, either long forgotten or remembered by someone else. It doesn't say remembered. The heat of the burning library still radiates in your lungs and heart. While it's a bit disconcerting that you occasionally exhale steam, the effect seems a harmless reminder of the power lurking inside you. The clawing weight of granite over your head, the pressing slabs of gneiss against your chest, those memories of Karen now live in your mind, or does the recipe of his undoing? Pinpricks of electricity spark behind your eyeballs, and the slightest breath fills your lungs with a rush of moist air. You move to brush rust and bronze dust from your skin, only to realize the sensation is a phantom itch of the blade grave. They say only the Overlord can create an edict. It has never been clear if the Overlord can destroy an edict, and when an edict is resolved, what becomes of the colossal quantities of mystic energy bound into said edict. The moment you uttered the question, I could see your attending wander off. Did the spire share anything enlightening? The edicts you've encountered crowd into your immediate memory. Whatever splinter or fragments of the edict you helped to resolve have taken root, flowering into your mind as intuitive understanding? There's a lot more script errors moving forward further into the end of the game, because there's less QA towards the end of the game, because nobody plays till the end of the game. People stop playing at some point. I can't have been the first person to mess with this device. Why subterfuge? Chaos Edicts makes sense to me. The spire can amplify my voice and my power. I'm confident this will work. I also have a problem with this. Oh yeah, let's do an edict. Boom. It's like, okay, this resonates. Yeah, I can proclaim an edict. Like, there's been no build up to it. It's just like, suddenly I can make edicts, and there's not too much explanation for it. It kind of falls like, You feel a presence standing adjacent to you in space, but centuries from you in time. For a moment, she seems aware of you, or perhaps you're remembering her speaking to someone standing in the very same spot. She speaks to the spire, and the spire listens, echoing her words. And while she speaks with conviction, her words are not edicts. She lacks the understanding, the conviction. Images of a half-dozen figures swarm through your mind. All of them walked atop this ancient perch, and each discovered but a sliver of the spire's potential. What did the spire show you? There's been visitors here before, but it seems none of them understood what the spire as well as I. The spire is showing me a woman was here long ago, along with a few other fleeting visitors, but I doubt they were any were the spire's master. I'm a spired car master, that's all that matters. I'm seeing flashes of visitors, but there's nothing the spire was built or who fashioned this sculpture. Let's go with 4. I'm in awe of your capacity to speak with architecture, but how does this help us here and now with an army coming at us? The air ripples. It's confounding. Why me? I lay claim to Ascension Hall. You hear your own voice echo in your mind. Let us be free of this edict. Your mind flashes back to the assault in Ascension Hall at the moment you fulfill the wording of Kyrus' edict. Sensation of searing light and chilling cold course through your body as you relive the weightless moment when the edict broke, the fateful instance when the levy vanished and the arcane currents of Kyrus's magic were set free. It was in the moment that the spire's old sigil of awakening, long covered by its prior occupants, was set ablaze by the arcane tempest. The spire knows the first moment is it found you, and so now you know this too. Whether the meeting was by accident or design is unknown to both of you. And so now you know this too. That's a mouthful. I can see you standing here, but your face looks like it's leagues away. What are you seeing? There was a flash of the assault of Ascension Hall. I proved my worth resolved. Just images and sound affirm blah, blah, blah. The resolution of the Edict of Execution, the arcane backlash of the Brogue Edict, blah, 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 blah. I do not pretend to understand what you're witnessing. I am just thankful the voice of Narad is not the master of the spire. I shudder to think what sort of advantage would gain from this thing. The air ripples with heat and the spire's hum. A low chanting of your name echoes through your head. Okay, I guess I should touch the resonator and concentrate. Unless I can do this again and then I have more. Yeah, we've already done this. So, Kyrus makes sense to me. The spire can amplify my voice. I'm confident this will work. But only the Orville has the power of the edict. The Iron Marshal shakes her head with a sigh. But I am a woman of swordplay and tactics, not magic. If what you say is true, perhaps it's Kyrus' will that you can do this. The sensation of power that was at first a pressure in your lungs now surges with each beat of your heart. All of the tears look upon the spires and think of you. Their fear, their admiration, their terror. With the spire, all of this can be harnessed and used to your purposes. Okay, fine. Enough navel-gazing. I know what I need to do. As you touch the stone structure, your sense of the moment slows, and you feel the entirety of the tears at your fingertips. The spire stands ready to channel your will. Edict. Select a region to view its current edict or to issue a new one. Okay, this is the only one that we can. There are no edicts. These spires. So click here. Oh, there's two that I can't do anymore. But I can exert power in order to create an edict. Holy crap. The Edict of Fire brings the energy of fire to large regions of the world. This generates incredible heat, sometimes flame, as well as strengthening the powers of magic. The Edict of Stone leeches magical energy from the sky and living creatures, storing it in the rocks below. The energy can lead to earthquake and show slow petrification of the living. And the slow petrification. Edict of Storms will generate a massive storm that covers huge areas of the world. The chaotic energy unleashed will cause random damage to strike your enemies during combat. Oh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So, plus 15 to all magic skills. Holy crap. Plus 15 to frost damage converted to health. What? Plus 5 potion effectiveness. Plus enemy also empowered bane and -4 quickness. Exhausting desert-like heat withers the region and dries up all natural sources of water. All characters of their magic skill increased. The Fatebender's party also heals a portion of frost damage received, and consumables are far more effective. Foes become fatigued and have penalty to quickness. Oh, it's the same text in both cases. This one, minus 15 to all magical skills to everyone. Weakened Bane, plus 30 control stone, plus 20 prone duration. And we have defense against prone attacks. And this one, control lightning, minus 30 control fire, which I don't use. Shock damage taken, 5 control lightning, minus 30. So I think this one gives me the best benefits, because I use lightning a lot. I mean, lightning is my thing. The torrential rain plaguing the land increases the power of shock spells and lowers the effectiveness of fire spells. And this one, tremors and earthquakes plague the region, periodic trembles. All characters of stone magic skill increase to party gains and increase to prone defense. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this one. So it costs me 500 power. Oh yeah, it goes down, supposedly. Fine, let's issue the... Can I not do that? No, I have to. Okay, they're forcing me to use it. Exarch, Act 2, Achievement Unlock. Oh, that was just the end of Act 2. So I have a whole Act 3 to finish. Jesus Christ. There's a lot more in this game. Oh. Alright. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So that's electricity and weather and stuff. Okay. That's cool. What in Graven Ash's name? The Iron Marshal turns about, taking the view in all directions, but Kyrus didn't give an edict to read, so how did... I had a feeling that might work. Having broken the edict, seemed to be able to recreate it, if in a limited fashion. You did that? Her hand grasps at her chest, but only Kyrus can cast an edict. Well, I'm Karos now, bitch. I assure you that was my own magic at work. And now that you've seen what I can do, you can tell the others. Gain every breath. Stab a douche. I assure that was my own magic. I'm okay, whatever. The chorus have no idea what they've just walked into. The Iron Marshal smashes her gauntlet together with a quiet chuckle. Binder, let us strike now. We must seize the moment and swing their panic into a rout. Hoisting her blade in hand, Ironus moves towards the exit. Fatebinder, I will get the carnage started. Join me when you are ready. Deal whatever rabble remains. Quest updated. Standing tall. Use the resonator. Defeat the invaders. Can I click this though? To view its current edict or issue a new one. Oh, so I could just like put down edicts on places because of the lols. We generate a massive storm. Okay, I could just create edicts for no reason. Like if I feel like it. That's super weird. This is so weird. Okay. I guess. What's happening? Somebody help me. Let's go kill the chorus. We're just in the end of Act 2? Holy crap. I really am playing this game extremely slowly. I guess. Must have been. And we have a whole... I mean, Act 3 is the end, if I'm not mistaken. There's 3... I mean, I was told there are 3 acts, so... Okay. Oh, get destroyed, baby. Get destroyed, bitches. Damn. They're running away. Oh, except for these guys. Death Knell! A gang of rain-soaked scarlet chorus trails behind Death Knell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon their faces. What foul trick are you playing that such weather comes to your aid? I should thank you for separating the wheat from the chaff. The sight of seeing dozens struck dead by lightning made a good show to startle the dead weights. She pointed back behind her shoulder, leaving the bravest with the privilege of tearing off your limbs, one joint at a time. She turns to her soldiers and lets out a primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in a distant blah blah blah. Insufficient reputation. With rage in their eyes, the warriors ready their weapons, eager for a fight. Fools, do you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I can cast the edict by myself, or do so with the Overlord's blessing. Yeah, think that through very carefully. Of course I'm going to use that. Brandish your weapon menacingly and wonder which of you will scream longest before dying. Of course I'm going to go lore. You gain 4 lore experience. Do not liken yourself to the Overlord. Your magic may have startled my weaker troops, but your magic is nothing but my own blood chance cannot affect. Isn't that right? She looks to her mages with a nod of approval, but is met instead with a blanched look of fear, mouth agape in terror. Enough talk, you will be trampled and forgotten, and all of you will remember your name. Okay, so we've got a Bloodhound, which explodes, a Blood Chanter over here, Bloodhound, a Sage, which is kind of scary. Iron Marshal Lioness will take the blunt of it, which is pretty good. Barrack should probably go up to Death Knell. Verse, I would like you to kill the Sage, so go over there. And you two... Oh, we also have an Earthshaker.
Another battle!
Yeah, okay, so they're all gonna do other stuff. So you, could you do Fury's Rush? Okay. Move past this. And this is the Bloodhound. I want you to focus on the Sage. So you do this. They're all already attacking Barrack. Who was attacking? What is this? Who made that? I don't know. But you can come in here, and you can come here.
You got it.
Oh wow, that's some serious spells. Also, we could do this, right? How do you make the game faster? Okay, I did enable fast mode, but game paused is on top of it, so you can't see it. But I did make it. It does work. So, can we go? Yeah, we can actually hit all 4 of these. And you could do Arctic Round as well, and hitting literally boom, everybody's falling down, which is great. Could do something like this. You are gonna punch the crap out of the Sage. Never mind. Boom. That's good. Let's start with actually Fulmination, because Fulmination is doing way more damage now, right? Because of the Edict. So, Fulminate. Please. Holy crap. Boom, boom. Yeah, everybody's gonna get destroyed. Scarlet Fury, this is Death Knell already falling down, and this Bloodhound will be taken out by them. I prefer you kill this thing. The Blood Chanter is the most the scariest, honestly. Icicle Storm on everything. He's frightened. Don't be frightened. Don't be scared. It's all okay. The hell is that one? It was really in the air over there. Oh, there's more coming in here? No, they're running away? What? What's happening? There's a Sage and a Scarlet Fury running away from me for some reason. They're all dead. Death Knell's still there. Bolt of Agony. This one is fine. Art Martial Arianos is totally fine. This one is toasted. This one needs a little bit more death. But other than that, yeah, we're good. You have Pig on a Spit. You can swap with this. Boom. And now you can keep attacking it. And you could do this, and do you have another? Stop being frightened. Seriously.
Will do.
That's dead. Good. Oh, you got Mischievous Mass, which you haven't even used yet. Yeah. He's stunned. Arianos is kicking ass. And you can throw Giant Boulder. Giant Boulder. Oh, wait. Whoa. Okay. Sage and Scarlet Fury coming up from the top. So they ran all the way around. That was so weird. That makes no sense whatsoever. This one will die. You two can already go up there and fight, specifically the Sage. That would be nice. Yeah, he's bleeding and everything. So cast Healing Wisps on yourself. And you can cast Unravel Minds on these two. So I want you to come closer and do Unravel Minds. Kill this guy, please. Now she's got this again. Good. You healed yourself. That's good. Can you heal everybody else now? Well, Restoring Touch just on Barrack should be fine. Good. Earthshaker's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody seems to be fine. You could do an Icicle Storm on both of these. You can attack, though. No, attack. Have you heard of attacking? It's a thing that you do. She's doing her Icicle Storm, and then she could also do her Healing Wisp on reverse. Oh, well, we're done. Muffled Laughter. They died so quickly they didn't even manage to do most things. Muffled laughter comes from under Arianos' great helm. That's right, you filthy peasants. Run for your lives. Tell them what you saw here. The chorus is running in every direction, scattered to the winds, as it were. The few brave enough to stand their ground against your Edict of Storms are dead. The day is ours. Leave the cleanup to me and my brethren. You should take your rightful place perched atop the spire. No better way to savor your victory, than with a commanding view of your enemy fleeing across the valley. Standing tall, defeat the invaders, return to the mountain spire. So now we return up top. Iron Brand and all kinds of crap. He should have something. Ooh, Crimson Great Spear, which is masterwork. Otherwise, it's just it's just a thing. But yeah,
let's be off.
Still cool.
Won't happen.
Can we go outside? We can't actually go outside our own goddamn place. Central spire stretches out in the clouds. Oh, they were here, so they can't go here. They actually had to go all the way around, which is rather dumb, but that's what happened. I want to click this. I can't leave. Why is there? I can't leave my own spire. I guess they don't want you to do that. Whatever. Okay. There's no voice for this? Interesting. Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease with which you dispatch their leader, the Scarlet Chorus fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful murmurs of the powerful Archon KOKOStern, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Confusion sets in across the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains consistent. The Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. The high winds of your edict sweep the air, dashing debris against your spire. Torrential rain falls, hitting hard enough to bruise bare skin. Lightning strikes the ground, endangering anyone out in the open. It isn't long before the storm begins to wane, slowly falling from a gale to a light rainstorm, and after a few days it becomes a simple breeze. Eventually the skies calm as your edict dissipates, releasing Vengeance Well from its grip. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next steps from the safety of your spire. No sooner do you get startled than Kaleo, Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit bearing an important message. Okay then. Time for Act 3. Or as we say in Germany, drei. I know German, I don't. Fatebinder Kaleo. Tunon likes me and a little bit hates me as well. I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Kaleo peers over the edge of the tower. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. What did I get to earn a visit from Fatebinder? Do you have an edict to proclaim against me? Nice to see you, but how'd you get up here? Let me guess, you're here to investigate what just happened. Nice to see you, but isn't it obvious? Galio shakes her head with an agitated scowl. The bigger question is, how did you do the most convincing impression of the Overlord's Terratus has ever seen? No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, KOKOStern. They all say you spoke an Edict of Storms, not a proclamation of an Edict of Kairos, but your own Edict of Storms, your own mystical storm. You're no Fatebinder. You know me, you're Fatebinder. Of that much we can be certain. You've proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts perhaps one too many times. If I had known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Terratus that the right person has inherited this gift. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder, proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic, claiming these awful towers. It should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that gang bosses and mages aren't. You command this place to do your bidding, and unleash something incredible in the world. This isn't the work of Fatebinder. If anything, it's the work of an Archon. Beast Woman will follow Alpha from here to ends of Tears lands, and further still. Will Paw prowl deep into cold north, hunting armies of Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter whole of Prima's tribe. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not more ambitious hedge mage who learned it out of book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. She's an Archon as well. I guess like a small Archon with a headgear, but you know. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you'd had a touch of the Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know. Please, it seemed like a bit presumptuous to claim the Overlord's power. I still don't fully understand this power just yet. And now that I have this power, others will fear me, and for good reason. Tum tum tum, or glare silent. I love the fact that you pretty much always can glare silently. I'm still not sure this power is entirely my own, or what it all means. You've known me for a long time. My greatness shouldn't be a surprise. So I assume this means you'll be addressing me as Overlord now? That is not smart. Let's be humble. Please, it just seems a bit presumptuous. She chuckled, shaking her head at you with a grin. For a moment, I was envious of this power of yours. Then I realized I'm not the one with threat to the Overlord painted on my forehead. I come bearing orders direct from the Overlord, Kalia clears her throat, her voice becoming somber and severe. Kairos has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the Tears. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance who is that one Archon fit to inherit the Tears. Okay. So the Overlord wants even more civil war. Have the Archons been informed of this yet? Though subjects of Kairos don't turn on each other, this is how madness started, with the Archons falling into disorder. So I was just given permission to kill or subjugate the Archons? Have the Archons been informed of this yet? All save one. Kaleo flicks her hand forward, and you reach up to catch a small brooch in the style of Kairos insignia, of course. Kairos has decreed you are the newest Archon. Fatebinder Kaleo bows with exaggerated flourish. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See, this is why I try to avoid getting Kairos' attention. What if we don't want to fight? Why not ignore this order? What the you don't ignore Kairos' orders. And to be clear, this is a command from Kairos, but not an edict? Correct. There's no edict backing this order. She smiles at Toothy Green. Such encouragement hardly seems necessary when the task is its own reward. The Overlord has merely rescinded Kairos' peace. The Archons may kill and maim each other without breaking any laws. Kairos knows, rightly so, that enmities, new and old, will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord needs only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Keller shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do-or-die edict? I've heard enough, and I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. I have a close alliance with Graven Ash. This order will complicate things, to say the least. Keep in mind, the order is that all must submit to one Archon or die, so you and Ash won't necessarily have to come to blows, but Not sure how you'll convince him to bow to you. Out of the court, have you heard from Tunon and Blood and Mark think of this? What, Tunon? As per usual, Tunon has the emotional range of Pumice, but Blood and Mark seems almost giddy. I think the old shadow is already putting names on his daggers. I was wondering if Blood and Mark would hear this order and promptly stab Tunon, but no, it would seem the Archon of Shadow is happy to serve Tunon. Makes sense, I've never known the old shadow to crave that kind of power. She clears her throat, her voice growing somber. You'll have to deal with them too, and I fear greatly for how that will turn out. I imagine Tunon is too loyal to bow to you, and Blenmark too proud to accept you as his better. She nods quietly for a long moment. There is no way this ends well for some of us. Wait, Tunon is an Archon as well, so he's in this. Holy crap, that's really bad. I'm safer on my spire. I lit the dynamite. Oh, come now, KOKOStern. Don't amaze me with your courage and daring. I might swoon and plummet from the lofty perch. She rolls her eyes with a wry smile. Let's hope Mark isn't listening. Look, I'm not about to tell you what to do, but as so long as another Archon is alive, you'll need to sleep with one eye open. But hey, maybe abject cowardice is your style. I think I'm more troubled by the sudden promotion to Archon. By definition, an Archon is someone who generates magic from themselves and doesn't channel the power of others. Since I assume you cast the edict without reading the prepared words of Kairos, otherwise, why the fuss? Archon isn't fully incorrect for what you are, but I would agree your power is far beyond the mastery of shadows or ice or talking to trees or whatever other powers Archons have shown through the ages. Consider for a second, the greater mystery is not why you're being considered an Archon, it's why you're being allowed a chance to live. Kelly shrugs. All I know is that overlords rarely improvise. That the Overlord rarely improvises. So I'm to be the Archon of Edicts? Not exactly, just Archon for now. A bit unorthodox, but that's all the information I received. Regulus insisted we should call you the Archon of the Tears, at least in any case where we might be overheard, since Archon of Edicts could sound like denigration of the Overlord. You realize this presents a problem for me, right? My hand just writes Fatebinder KOKOStern out of habit. The effort it will take me to retrain myself to write Archon, not sure I have the years left in me. But I didn't ask to be an Archon. And I didn't ask to be a Fatebinder. Kalia shrugs, pointing at herself, but I make it look easy. Yeah, I don't think I don't think anybody asks to be an Archon. If anything, those who try to wear the title without Kairos' blessing rarely survive to be remembered. That is true. I don't think Kairos decides who has the power to be an Archon, but Kairos is certainly selective of who gets the title. My teacher, Oculated Jade, Archon of Tides, never bowed to Kairos. Her power was her own, and she claimed the title of Archon because, well, when she was younger, the Overlord was just a distant tale, and so wearing the title didn't arouse conflict. I didn't think the Overlord gives anyone power in any direct sense. If anything, I bet Kairos would rather all of us were mewling idiots devoid of magic. We'd be easier to control that way. But Kairos can give and take titles, and titles change how people see you, how they view your authority, or how big a threat they perceive you to be. And considering your promotion came along with an order for the Archons to all kill each other, it sure seems like this is part promotion, part test. If the other Archons kill you, Kairos needn't worry about whatever you're becoming. And if you're becoming something useful, Kairos seems to use you to kill the other Archons. So does this mean I finally get to meet Kairos, maybe get my own realm to rule? Not sure about meeting the Overlord, but I assume yes, that'll happen in good time. And while you might be jesting, this culling order comes with the implied prize of rulership of the Tears, so if you want it, fight for it. Alpha has become newest Archon. It is revered by humans, has earned a new title of strength. Why do you think would Kairos want us Archons to fight? Us Archons to fight? Because Ash and Narat work together like water and oil, and so letting them rule each rule half the Tears is an exercise in bad planning. Because there's no land left to conquer after the Tears and Kairos need fewer generals. Yeah, and Kalia shrugs with a ruddy-faced smile. Tunon's not here, so I don't mind pointing out that Kairos isn't exactly a loving ruler, and the Archons are disposable pawns, not beloved subjects. The land has been conquered. Why not dispose of the conquerors? And I would further speculate that Kairos hates all of the Archons equally. And so instead of nominating all but one for destruction, the Overlord is willing to let the strongest earn the right to exist. Thank you for delivering the message. That will be all. I've heard enough, and I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. Tunon favorite 2. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. Kalia offers a smug nod. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Blood and Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fatebinders won't interfere. You won't. A question me and the other Fatebinders, so this is something I honestly don't know. My grammar does not extend to this realm. But is it, because I've read so many conflicting arguments, is it a question the other Fatebinders and I? Or me and the other binders? Because from what I understand, sometimes this is correct and sometimes the other is correct, but there's clear rules. So I don't know. I guess this is correct. I mean, I assume they know. I don't know. My grammar isn't strong enough. A question me and the other Fatebinders and the other binders have been asking. But the other one sounds... A question the other binders and I have been asking also sounds correct, but I'm assuming... But I guess it isn't? I don't know. Grammar Nazis? Anyone? Okay. Can let me know. Can you do this again? Nunaville believes in you. Another who shall remain nameless takes the more cynical stance that the Overlord has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth and you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. Sorry, I have to stretch. Okay, she sizes you up head to toe. Me, I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. I have something in mind for the Voices of Narat. I'll issue an edict upon cacophony in the Stone Sea. Now that you mention it, curiosity demands we try having you proclaim an edict of mine. Are you, her hand darts in front of her mouth, serious? You'd let me do that? Sure. What's the worst that could happen? Take a dictation, please. Oh god, that's so cool. Okay, this is super cool. Of course, grab your quill. Sure, what's the worst that could happen to us? Why do I get the feeling that these same words have been spoken aloud before all of his terrible mistakes? All sorts of terrible mistakes. Tyranny, take a dictation, please. Take a dictation, please. Oh, there's a proclamation. That is not smart. Okay, quill in hand before you finish your request. Lantry reaches for his boldest red inks. You meant to say, Lantry, please record my second edict for all of time and memory, right? Gladly! Did I not put you in silence mode? I didn't put my phone in silence mode. I've got a new phone, so I am not used to it yet. Okay. I address a proclamation against the Blade Grave and the disfavored fortress of Ironhearth. No. Stone Sea in the chorus, headquarters, cacophony. Proclamation against Vengeance. Well, proclamation against Haven in the settlement of Lethian's Crossing. Against Stone Sea in the chorus, headquarters. He writes your word with a deliberate, graceful pen. Proclaim an edict of fire, of storms, or storms. I'll just go with storms every single time. With edict complete, Carol approaches the edge of the spire, and with as much projection as her voice can muster, reads aloud your edict. And nothing happens. Carol slumps her shoulders with a disappointed whimper. It was worth a try. Well, it works when Kairos writes it down. Perhaps there's some trick to that I haven't learned yet. I'm certain my voice is an essential requirement. It helps the sculpture here atop the spire resonate sound. It was worth a try. But your power most certainly worked when you used your own voice, so we at least know that your voice is an essential part of invoking your powers, or at least so far. I would imagine Kairos spoke a great number of edicts before learning how to write them down for others to proclaim. In truth, I'm a bit relieved. While I relish the thought of being your harbinger of non-negotiable death, I'm not sure being the conduit for such arcane forces is something I should be taking so lightly. Then again, perhaps your past proclamations are part of what set the seed of this power in you. Anyway, you have gained wrath with Tunon. Oh, Tunon hates me now? Really? Because I tried this stuff? Yeah. Anyway, it's an honor to be part of this experiment. She rolls the parchment proclamation into her satchel. I say we try this again some other day. Learn more about you when we can do with your power, and someday I'll be your Herald of Doom. It'll be a date. Aw, she's cute. In that sense. It's like... With a nod, Kaleo begins to make her way to the exit. When you rule Terratus, look me up. If you're successful, I'd know I'd need a new Archon to serve. I know I'm mostly sober, but just so we're clear, you did just issue an edict, right? Lantry taps his quill to his tongue, unsure of what next to write. First you can cast an edict, then this full-on war of Archons. This whole chapter of the Chronicles, it's reading like fiction. Oh, yeah. Sir Kairos has ordered all the Archons to fight it out. Only the strongest remains. I think we can now safely say that the Scarlet Corps philosophy has been vindicated. A rumbling mutter stirs in the Archbishop's hamlet, devoid of any cognate words. Alpha bursts her own words of power like humans. Prima called Kairos, is better mystic than Broodmother to kills in shadow, than Stonestalker 100 blood, than Beast Woman Archon slaughtered by Mark of Shadows. She snorts and grins savagely. Kills and Shadows known Alpha was most powerful human in whole of Tyr's land. A curved claw taps the side of her snout. Nose was not wrong. One last thing, hesitating before she leaves. Kaylee taps her parchment she's been holding to her forehead with a self-deprecated scoff. All this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons from Bled and Mark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully as part of your preparations. Your survival may depend on it. Good luck, Archon. And Kaleo leaves. Cacophony is now unlocked on the world map. Iron Marshal Fatebinder, Archon, the great general has pulled his troops back to Iron Hearth. She grinds her knuckles into her palm. Soon we make our final push into the Stone Sea in the heart of Scarlet Core's power. The voice of Mirage is weak, and the path to Cacophony is clear. She adopts a more cautious tone. The Archon is also aware of what happened in Vendrian as well. I'm sure he wants to discuss the matter in person. I'll consider the request. I wouldn't spend too long considering. You've demonstrated incredible power, and this is time for action. I'll send Ash a bird so he knows to expect you later, if not right away. Take care how you treat with Graven Ash. You're no more Fatebinder any longer. You'll meet with him as Archon to Archon, and such things are more complicated. Good luck. Quest completed, a trial of Archons, but we never completed that quest. I mean, standing tall returns to Masters expired, quest complete as well. But a trial of Archons. Ocean Spire, the Blade Grave, Silent Archive, research items complete. Oh, that's just stuff that was complete. Fine. New quest, Final Judgment. Travel to the Bastard City. So you have to go talk to Tunon. To Blend and Mark, really. Excuse me as I blow my nose. New message received, a message from Blend and Mark. Let's go read that. New quest, Call to Arms. Speak with Graven Ash. And one more? No, that's it. So, click the spire. We've got stuff over there. We've got, yeah, we should go visit our spires. Edicts, we can just proclaim them if we feel like it, which I don't really need. Tanara. Yeah, nobody leveled up. I can click this and it just allows me to do an edict. Put down an edict wherever I want. Oh, everybody wants to talk to me. Of course, all my friends want to talk. Hey. Because we're an Archon now, of course. So let's do that. We're 42 minutes in. It's a bunch of talking. It's new act. Come on. Okay, let's talk to Barrick first. I can scarcely believe it. You proclaimed an edict. You wielded the power of the Overlord for a moment, perhaps, but it was enough to turn the tide of battle in our favor. That simply doesn't happen. The Overlord's magic is as unknowable as anything on Teradus, and mysterious and, well, I was about to say as unapproachable as the spires, but you have clearly dispelled that notion. This can only mean trouble for us. Karis doesn't tolerate competition. No, indeed, I wouldn't want to stand in your place when the day of reckoning comes, but standing next to you might prove just as dangerous. What do you suggest I do next? Hold fast to your loyalties in the Overlord's hierarchy. There's always a chance that Karis will leave you alone if your fealty is true, but I offer no guarantees. That is what I would do, anyway. You must follow your own path. I have questions for you.
What can I do for you?
Okay, that's nothing really new. So it's just a short chat with everyone. Are you trying to piss everyone off, or do you just do this for fun? I'm not judging either way, I'm just curious. Casting an edict on Vendrian as well is a good way to shine a beacon on yourself, or paint a target. Crosses her arms and smiles. I saved your skin, didn't I? I put us all in danger. I should never have done that. Lose average loyalty. No, she likes me. I like the loyalty. No. I saved your skin, didn't I? Sure did. For now, like I said, I'm not trying to prod you or suggest you made the wrong call. As someone who likes to stay discreet until she has the opening to strike a killing blow, I find your little public gesture of dominance, well, quaint, charming, in a dumb way. Okay, the thing is that once we go kill Voices of Narat, what will she do? I'm hoping she'll stay with me, but we'll see. Finishing the last pen stroke of a note running about his left arm, Lantry looks up at you with a nod.
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you.
Yeah, that's what ladies like, reading some history.
What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears? Ha! Well, you're in luck.
Oh.
I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention. And that of the Tears. Soon, all of Taratus. You
Taratus.
realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kairos has ever cast an edict. Until you.
So he said Taratus. I keep calling it Teratus. I guess Taratus is the correct way to say that. Whoopsie. Also safe to assume Kairos will try to solve me in some fashion. Lawbreaker, no. Subterfuge. Are you sure history hasn't just edited or forgotten those who could rival the Overlord?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Yes, so maybe a rival casts an edict, Kairos kills the rival, takes credit for the events.
Well, as of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record.
Guess so.
Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic.
Adorable. Happen to know when Kairos first cast an edict?
Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kairos' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Taratus. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord. But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kairos' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kairos went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate.
My newfound powers don't change the fact that I'm loyal to Kairos, but I'm likely to be perceived as a threat all the same. Antelope, is that an animal?
Yes, or it was at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records.
Okay.
From what we've gathered from their skeleton.
Oh, damn it.
That ran on 4 legs.
They were some sort of mute beastmen that ran on 4 legs. Sorry, that sound also cut out when I get the pop-up. Never mind.
Antelope are not like beast women.
Facepalm. She counters, flexing her claws twice, 3 times in annoyance.
Antelope have hooves for fleeing. Beast women have claws for killing. Antelope don't eat meat, are spooked easily, are large but helpless, lumber but lack reason, are prey. Silverback tribe hunted antelope extinct.
She sniffs and flicks the sage at a pointed stare.
Old Ink Mystic tells many strange, stupid tales. Thinks to know everything.
I suppose I'm more of an expert in living things, like birds, and can't quite confirm or deny what you're saying, but just forget I said
It's good. Landry has a fantastic voice actor. I don't know who did it, but just forget I said anything. That was exquisitely said. I like that a lot. But I'm likely to be perceived as a threat all the same.
If that's true, then the Overlord would be wise to treat you well, for your powers would make you an enforcer second to none. But I imagine Kairos became Kairos by taking few chances with the competition. I could see the Overlord playing it safe and disposing of you. At the same time, if you really were a meaningful threat, you'd have already been the victim of an edict, or bled in Mark's daggers. So this has me rather curious. Just what does the Overlord wish to do with you?
We'll find out soon enough. We should get going.
Indeed. Once again, I find myself wishing the days and nights would slow down just a hair. Never enough hours to journal these dense days. Let us be on our way.
Okay then.
Let's be
So
off.
that was talking with Lantry. Kills in Shadow.
Alpha. Kills in Shadow must speak with Alpha. Now.
Yeah, I'm clicking all the other ones, I guess, just to see what they have to say.
And Clever Hunter can reason why Pack would need to kill one tribe of beast women, weakest but largest tribe to best human prima called Kairos. But Shadowhunter wants to know, needs to know now, that pack slaughtering of beast women will not continue.
What do you mean?
Have hunted many, if not all, stone stalkers. Had reason, yet. But what of other tribes? What of Mantiborn of Stalwart Sea? What of Cat Vanis or West Reavers in northmost of Tears Land?
I guess going to the Stone Stalkers with her would allow you to have other options there. Most probably. Maybe she could, like, fight the Prima and then become the Prima of them. Still travel with me or something like that. Now that I think about it, there's probably those options. I mean, I hope that there are the... Honestly, there could very easily just not be those options now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it could be just that it doesn't matter at all. But it would make a lot of sense and be really cool if that existed. But we'll never know, I guess. I mean, you could very easily check online.
Kills in shadow, fights for Fatebinder, so that Kith will not die like shadow hunters. So that all beast women can thrive.
I understand why you might be worried, but I have no reason to slaughter the other tribes. Is true, Fatebinder is not lying. She huffs a breath of relief even as she eyes you warily. Against her better judgment, she wants to trust you. Alpha, to Kills in Shadow, would not think to ruthlessly hunt Beast Woman extinct, and would not think Alpha could survive Bulwark's own fury and fangs. Once Beast Woman realized humans' plans? At the threat, she cracks her spindly knuckles, claws curving against the palm of her hand. They bite into the calloused skin until her fist drips blood. I don't have an agenda to exterminate the beast tribes, trust me. Don't worry, I have a plan to help the tribe survive. You're the one, make a fist. What have I told you about questioning me? You're the one who wanted to join me, so either follow my lead or take a hag. I'll go with the first. You gain loyalty with Kills in Shadow. Hey, a little bit of loyalty. She snuffs at the space between you, curling her lips back to draw a rush of air over her tongue, tasting for your possible lie. Finally, she bobs her head, satisfied. Have seen Alpha accomplish many impossible feats. Have seen strength to rival Archons that hunt for Beast Woman, so Shadowhunter will submit to Fatebinder for now. Before we continue our travels, I want to talk to you about something. Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
Cool. Flexes and curls her claws in the air and pitch black. The pitch blackness of them suddenly striking. A stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Went to prowl length of old walls during dark of nightfall. Killed many Bane, but could not kill all. Bane are strong, tough hunt even for beast women. Had to run, flee.
Minor loyalty.
Fatebinder wants beast woman?
I'm good. Alright, so that was her. We should also talk to Ebon Siren, right?
Hail, mighty Archon.
Eb salutes you with a nod, pounding her staff at the ground as she stands in tension. She doesn't have a staff. Oh, she does have a staff.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are, proclaiming mastery of the lands just like the Overlord.
I can replicate her powers, his powers or her powers, but I'm not just like the Overlord. Perhaps there are others besides me and the Overlord gain average fear. It's fortunate then that you're sworn to me. I can replicate her powers, but I'm not just like the Overlord.
You mean his powers?
I mean her.
You say that now. Let's see if you still feel this way when the reality sinks in, and your mastery of this newfound power solidifies. The world now bows to your mere utterance. Each day you will grow stronger, while the world becomes weaker in comparison.
Wait, I said her, and then Siren corrects me to his? They keep changing it! They keep messing around with what if it's male or female. It so doesn't matter, which is, I guess, the point.
Put another way, if I could do what you do, the world would be at the mercy of my depravity. Cursing the name of Eb, Archon of Fecund Fluids. Let's hope your moral sextant isn't as crooked as my own. Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are.
Perhaps there are others?
I should certainly hope not. Taratus isn't large enough for Kairos, and it's certainly going to get very interesting if the two of you start waving your edicts to and fro.
I would have felt if someone else were proclaiming edicts. I knew when this one activated the spire. From what I know of Kairos, the Fate Binder is definitely a wrinkle in some carefully laid plans.
If anyone has cast an edict other than Kairos in the last 431 years, I'm certain we would know. There wouldn't have been witnesses and evidence that outrun Kairos' march west. The sages would have heard of it.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew.
Okay, stop saying that.
All my life, I've
Enough
been
about me.
What is it you need?
Okay. Keep repeating it, and it's a red voice line. It's not cool. Why don't we have sleeping? How do I should click here and sleep. Yeah, definitely should do that.
Good day, Fate Binder. It's always nice to see you.
Smiles and blushes at her words.
What do you need?
She just does not, she's got nothing. She doesn't. She's like,
What do you need? Are we trading in gossip? What do you want to know about?
Okay,
what do you need?
Whatever, Saren. Screw you, Saren. Screw you, Saren. Fate Biter Cessbar. Yeah, let's get started, shall we? So, retrain self. I'm feeling the rest of this work together. Nah. Sort of fighting style. So we can retrain everything. I know. I don't need to. I'm fine. It's fine. Let's go to sleep so that we get the buffs. Would you like to rest for 8 hours? Yes. So that I get the buffs. Look at this! Holy crap! Parry, dodge, athletics, lore, all magic skills, armor, will, magic, all skills, subterfuge, accuracy, endurance, and until next rest, which will never come because I never rest. I never rest. So we're at 56. We could actually, we've got Final Judgment, Super Grave, travel to the Bastard City, travel to Tuno's Court. Graven Ash still summon you to meet with him at Iron Hearth. So we need to do both of these. Either one, you know, I don't know which one specifically right now. And we could go to Cacophony, which we don't want to do just yet. We do want to go to the other... Ooh, Sadio Village. Wait, we do want to go to the other spires. Oh, we've got a missive from Blood and Mark. I will only ask once. Kid, I take it you're aware of the Overlord's last decree. If not, let me give it to you straight. Now is a bad time to be an Archon in the tiers, since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down. I thought I'd first explain. It's not my choice. But if it was, I would still choose to kill you. See you soon. Blood and Mark, Archon of Shadows. Arrange a meeting. If I am to die by your hand, I would prefer it be in battle face to face, or would that be face to shadow? Regardless, at the risk of depriving you the thrill of a good ambush, I would ask that we meet in person, as peers, drawing blades openly, if that is what it is to come to. On the reverse of this parchment, I've mapped for your location in the wilderness. Let us meet and settle things there. I'll provide you 2 days to scout the location in advance should you require. Go back. Say something cordial. Taunt. My dearest Mark, I must sincerely thank you for the forward warning. Please know that I have indeed taken your words to heart and, as such, return the following in reply. Certainly, I would not expect you to follow me without first testing my mettle. If we must slay each other, so be it. I respect your prowess and will stand my ground if a duel is what you desire, but I would ask that you consider instead pledging your blade to me rather than aiming it for my throat. Does Kairos' decree insist that we kill each other, or merely that one should best the other? Warm regards. Warm regards. Taunt the Archon of Shadows. I'm sorry, who are you again? Oh, right, the creepy guy who stares at people from the shadows. If you want to say hello, just come talk to me already. I should thank Kairos. The Overlord has finally unburdened me of the need to treat you like anything more than you are. A saddle sociopath who shall soon be gaping for his last breath at the end of my weapon. Did your prediction for children turn even the cast metal stomach of the chorus? I've often wondered what crime Tunon must have on you to keep you in such a short leash. Of course, short leashes are ideal if the servant lives only to lick his master's feet. Sharpen your blade, freak. I'm coming for you, because let's face it, you can't come for me before you're ordered to, can you? Ooh. I'm gonna go with the cordial. Arrange a meeting is fine. Regards to the risk of depriving the thrill of good ambush, go back. Say something cordial. Does Kairos decree we kill each other? Send it. 1 hour response time. The missive is enchanted. 1 hour remaining. Okay. So wait, yeah. So what I wanted to do, so this is a missive. I want to go to these places because the forge, training grounds, and the infirmary and the forge, they have training. Infirmary has nothing, but these two and this one has stuff for me. So I'm going to go to Ocean Spire first. Spire's over here. just to get our stuff. Also, it'll do the 1 hour. We could go slightly longer just to finish these things up, and then we'll see what happens. Barrack farts. Always stop farting, Barrack. It's really not cool. What's the status of research? I'm happy to say we've made great progress. So let me show you my findings. So scroll and recipe potion of heroes. That's terrible. New Spire infirmary recipe available. Who cares? What's the status of your research? I want to research something. Recipe available. Upgrade. Yeah, whatever. Drug recipe research edicts into Kairos' edicts. Items, potion, shield plans, and sigil scroll. Sense expressions and cores. Sigil could be cool. What is this? Research magic sigil and 4 scrolls. Let's do sigil. Sure, I guess. Whatever. Your recruits are busy. Leave. Okay. Aristus. There, show what you can do. Your recruits are busy researching sigil scroll. Let's go ahead. No, that's not what I wanted. Some of them are making scrolls for me, right? Can't remember who is creating scrolls. I'd like to train. No. Okay, whatever. Whatever. That's the Ocean Spire. We could go to Sunset Spire, I think. Forge, yeah. It's nice that it tells you because I can't remember. So this one has the Forge. That's another 15 minutes, so there's 1 hour transit time. So we're waiting to hear from, other stuff. Greetings, friend. How may I help you? Have you completed forging an item? Your recruits of hard work. Let me show what you've done. Oh, and we got the... Oh, I totally forgot. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Hierarch's robes. I totally forgot about this. Oh my god, that was so hyped last time and I forgot about it. They've made this thing, which is the Hierarch's robe. Light armor, cloth, superior, and renowned tier reputation. Aspect of nightmares. Holy crap. So plus 10 to all magic skills. This is so good. Aspect of nightmares. Draw forth the form of a horrifying mask of energy. All enemies who see the cone become terrified. Duration of the terrified affliction. Hierarch's robe renowned. Boom.
This will be fun.
Reputation ability unlocked. Hierarch's robe's renowned ability. Aspect of nightmares. Instead of wearing just a lame nobleman's tunic. That's awesome. And my power has not increased. It's just normal. But yeah. Stuff. I guess. He's got some masterwork stuff. I mean, this could be more masterwork, but I don't really need it. But check it out. All of the... Look at that. Control lightning and frost. Look at those numbers. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You. Okay. 10 with the 4. I want you to do something for me. Crashing Thunder. Deathbringer. Artifact. Not enough materials. No. Zeal. Not enough material to add zeal. Yeah, I've got like no iron ingots at all for nothing. Sorcerer's Blades, Atrophy and Gravelight. Scaled Boots. Immunity to Hubbled, but it's heavy armor. I don't think there's... Simplicity plus 5 to all magic skills. So this is cool, I guess. Plus 5 to all magic skills. Because it's all of them instead of 10 to a specific one. I don't really care. Well, health below 35%. So this is not that good. Artifact. They're all artifacts. In a way, they're all artifacts, dude. Heart's Blood, not enough. Whatever. I don't know. I don't have anything specific that I want to... Nothing really catches my eye. So, we could go to the training grounds or the infirmary. Let's go to the infirmary for a second. Just to see what's up in there, I guess. This one, right? Yeah. I don't know. And we have to go to the Bastard City and Iron Hearth. Well, next time we've got some Archon chat. Archon chatter. Alchemist Umbro. What have you made for me? We have nothing. Well, screw you. Does anyone have level up points to do stuff? Lore. Lore. I wanted them to gain more lore. Okay. So one more movement should actually allow me to... I visited pretty much all of them except for Dawning. Let's go to the Dawning one. So this is another 15 minutes, which we were waiting for like 1 hour. So it makes sense that now we'll get something from him, from Bled and Mark, back. New missive received from Bled and Mark. Here we go. Kid, if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. I'm going to enjoy killing you. Can't wait for the execution order. I'll be anticipating your arrival at the court. Don't snuff the lights. Yeah, he's just gonna kill me. Whatever. I'm gonna fight him. Great. Great. Yeah. Okay, so... yeah, we're done for today, I guess. Reputation with which hierarch's robes? Oh, you equipped a powerful artifact. Cool. So we are done for today. Ugh, thank you so much for watching as usual. Next time we're gonna start the end of the game, I guess. I don't know what's going on at all. I should make a save because I sometimes miss the save at the end, or apparently it happened once. And yeah, next week, guys, we shall continue until we finish this game, as long as it takes, which apparently is a very long amount of time. The next game after this, I've got a few ideas. It's not going to be another CRPG. We're going to play something more chill, because I think that's, like, after that, you want to play something a little bit more chill. I've got a few cool ideas that I'm actually excited to replay, another kind of old game. And after that, probably Pillars of Eternity 2, because that's it'll come out eventually. So yeah, we'll see. We've got some time more. Thank you so much for staying with me as usual, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.